Ladies and gentlemen, the NBA season is over, and today we are going to do a full regular season / playoff ranking of every single team's season as a whole. Now, some of these are probably going to stay the same because they did not make the playoffs, but some of these may have changed depending on how the playoffs happened, because some of these teams, their expectations and the success of their season did rely on how the playoffs were going to go. So let's go ahead and start it off with the Orlando Magic.
Orlando Magic, given expectation, I gotta still give them an A. However, you could see them move down later in this video because the way that they were in the playoffs, while I give them grace because they're young, it was actually disappointing even for my standards. I was like, damn, Franz, what the fuck? So I must still say A because it's not that they came out of nowhere. It's that they progressed at a rate that was actually somewhat higher than I predicted. But I'm not gonna act like it was S tier. That was pretty disappointing.
Yeah, I think this season was, for the most part, a net positive roller coaster for the Magic, but it was a roller coaster in terms of, bro, I swear to God, there were a couple weeks where they held that 2 seed for a minute, and then they jumped down to 6 or 7, and then they evened out at that 4 to 5 matchup. But yeah, I think this overall season is a really good season for the Orlando Magic. This is a season that you build on, and I'm gonna give it an A.
Yeah, young as hell.
Next up, NBA Finals appearance, Dallas Mavericks.
Lucas Owen went in the finals and they got swept or 5, 6, 7. We don't know yet.
Yeah, all of that. That's still a S, dog. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you, bro. Like they would literally have to get blown out by 50 as of this recording in game 4 for me to say it's only A. This isn't even Luka Glaze. We're talking about the Dallas Mavericks. They made a fantastic pair of moves at the deadline, let alone has this team just gradually gotten better over time. I think for me, they made the fucking finals. What more do you want out of this team? I'm going to give them an S. I can see A, but I'm going to give them an S.
For the Dallas Mavericks, it'd be unfair for me to hold every single team to just, hey, if you're going to win a championship, S. All right. But, yeah, I'm going to give them an S as well. A tremendous season for the Dallas Mavericks. I think a lot of things for them were also proven wrong. The whole Kyrie Irving discussion, Luke and Kyrie, is that going to work? Hell, even if heliocentric ball can be effective, all of these things. So, I was honestly expecting Luka to make a finals appearance later in his career. So the fact that they were already ahead of schedule with that front is really good. So Dallas Mavericks, S season. Next up, we got the Denver Nuggets knocked out in the second round. Game 7 versus the Minnesota Timberwolves, blew a 20-point lead at home too. Damn.
Now, I know I'm wearing a Lakers jersey. I know what this franchise has done to me. And trust me, meet the Nuggets. Yeah, I don't like this team. However, I swear I'm not being this hater when I say this is like a B, if not a C. The championship Denver Nuggets team had multiple disappointing players, a disappointing ending, and that you could even argue they got out-coached in the series. I think it's very fair to say, given their expectations, we got to keep the same energy. Given their expectations, I think they fell a little flat. I'm gonna say B tier because they were still a really good team that consistently in the regular season elevated towards competition. And man, did they donkey fuck the Lakers. But I'm not giving them an A or S. They were the champions last year, and they kind of went out sad.
Yeah, I'm gonna still give them credit because in the regular season, I thought they were gonna have a larger fall off than what they did. I'm gonna keep it a whole stack. And in the playoffs as well, they did their thing against LA. And then even against Minnesota, they still pushed it to 7 even after being down 0-2. So, there were highlights in the season, but at the end of the day, I understand the conversations about the Celtics now are they a super team? But going into the playoffs, y'all not about to lie to me, bro. Not everyone, but a lot of people had the Nuggets as the favorite to win the championships. The question was, who the fuck is gonna stop the Denver Nuggets? And it ain't the Boston Celtics. That's what everyone was saying. And for them to get knocked out in the second round, the way that they got knocked out, nah, bro, that's B or C. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm leaning towards C. But like a C++.
Who said that? You gang. I hate that has quickly become like a top 3 most annoying thing in NBA community to me. And I'm sorry, maybe it's just a matter of me getting more people to tag me on Twitter for me to acknowledge that. The "you said this" crowd pisses me the fuck off because y'all are just liars. I'm not even the Celtics fan. B Souls gets most of the tags, but damn, all the motherfucker heard all season long was, hey, y'all ain't beating Denver, LOL. All I heard, because I'm a Lakers fan actually, so I did lie earlier, is, hey, you ain't beating Denver, LOL. Denver plus ratio was the take going into the postseason. Don't act like before the regular season was concluded, everybody was like, oh yeah, Dallas in 6. No, that was not. No, stop.
Next up, we got the Detroit Pistons. F-. Especially if we're counting the draft lottery.
Yeah, if we're counting the postseason, I'm counting the lottery. The Pistons, they like below F, bro. I don't care how young this team is. This is literally one of the worst ran franchises I've seen in a while in a specific year. Dog, and mind you, I attended a Charlotte Bobcats versus Washington Wizards basketball game from the nosebleeds. That's what I've done in my life.
Damn, Unc.
And the Detroit Pistons were worse. Unc, you're not a youngin', bro. Like, you're not Neff. Hold on. You are at the big boys table, gang. I'm sorry, bro.
The Bobcats with Gerald Wallace? Oh, that's
man. I think it was the year that it was just Caron Butler. Gilbert had already did the shit with so it was Tyrese Thomas. Yeah, shit like that. Yeah,
damn,
I was like watching them. Oh my god. It was a school trip, man.
Pistons are in Pistons tier. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Because they were also trying to win too, bro. They had the longest losing streak in history. Hey, you know what? I ain't gonna lie, bro. Most stressful game of this season as a Celtics fan, Detroit versus Boston, bro. I can't lie, bro. I've never wanted the Celtics to win one singular game outside of game 4 of the NBA Finals than that game right there, bro. Oh my god, that was so stressful.
Nah, being the team to lose to the Pistons was a thing that you did not want on your record, man. And you're right. That alone makes them a separate tier. They were trying to win at some point, bro. Clearly.
Next up, we got the New Orleans Pelicans.
I think it's a C, but not because of expectations. I think they were just dangerously mid anyway. Like, maybe you could argue B because of Zion actually playing this season, kinda, but I don't know. I feel like they're the same scenario, same situation, same eyeballs on the Pelicans for like the past 3 years. Same narratives, for like the past 3 years. I don't think anything has really changed in this franchise.
Yeah, I think they were really good with Zion, though. I think we've had these discussions before. I'm more high on them with Zion than not. But the Zion injury is a part of the disappointment to me. And this is just a team that I think for the last couple of years has just been capable to be much better than what they actually are. It's just because of injuries, they just haven't been able to meet that potential. So I'm going to say it's a mid-season, bro. It's a mid-season. First round exit, that's nothing. A B season, like, nah. The Brooklyn Nets.
Man, I wanted to be a Nets fan so bad. My guy, Big Cow, never the little one. Yeah, man, they're cooking you. They're cooking you, gang. But I'm gonna have to go D tier. I don't think it's F tier. I don't think it's Pistons tier. But disappointing all along. The only good thing you got going for you is Cam Thomas can put the ball in the basket. And at that point, we're asking, is Cam Thomas putting the ball in the basket because he's just had the opportunity to do it this much, or is it because he's this damn good? So you don't even know about that for real. Every other player on this team, for the most part, is a question mark. That at least you're young, though. So yeah, D tier for the Nets.
Yeah, it's D tier for me as well. I also want to be a Nets fan, man. I think Barclays Center lit up. Good couple years, man, but nah.
You betrayed Macau too much for that. We good. You led the hate train. Stay over there, man.
I guess I will. I'll stay over in Beantown, I guess, with my top 13 player. Oh no. The Atlanta Hawks, man.
The lottery saved them from an F for me. I'm not going to lie. And maybe that's some hating shit. But I'm just tired of seeing this team go in limbo. Like, I know I mentioned the Pelicans being in similar conversations, but at least they're young. And expectation for them is dwindled due to injury. The Hawks kind of just had, oh, shit, Trae Young's good at basketball. Oh, cool. And then just haven't cared since. I'm going to go D tier. They did get the number 1 overall pick, so it seems like they're in a situation where they can't fuck it up, but that's the only reason they're in D tier. I feel like if they didn't get the number 1 overall pick and they stayed at, where were they supposed to get, like 11 or 13?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they'd be kind of fucked because I wouldn't trust them to make the right move. I wouldn't trust them to trade DeJounte Murray for something valuable, trade Trae Young for something valuable or anything like that, so they're cooked.
I'm actually go C tier, man. This is just a regular season for a NBA team. Yeah, man. I mean, the Atlanta Hawks are the definition of a NBA franchise. So C's get degrees. So
I'm not mad at you over there. Go see. I'm not. I'm not mad at it, man. C's do get degrees, though. Trust.
Next up, we got the Indiana Pacers. For the Indiana Pacers, I'm leaning towards A.
I think that was insta A. I'm not leaning towards anything. It's not S. They had a flagrant weakness and didn't really try. They just doubled down on, Miles Turner, you still got a defense, right? Siakam? Like, they didn't really try to fix the elephant in the room. But outside of that, I mean, outstanding season for the Indiana Pacers. This was a gradual build. And when I say gradual, I count the trade for Tyrese Halliburton as something that went towards that. And then this season, they balled up their fucking mind and went above those expectations. Hell, I know it was a sweep, and I don't want to, oh my God, you internet niggas. Because I know what they're going to say, and you know what I know they're going to say. I don't want to say competitive sweep as if the Boston Celtics aren't noticeably better. I do want to say that this team's inexperience was its own downfall. Other than that, it would have low-key been an S season. So I'm going to go A. And yeah, I'm one of the guys that think the Pacers should have won some games. I don't think that's a hot take. The Halle band, fuck the Halle band right now.
Yeah, I think the Indiana Pacers, they established Tyrese Halliburton as their cornerstone. Like, for real. I think getting Pascal Siakam on that team, hopefully he resigns. But I think after the season that they had, I don't think they're... I think he should resign. It'd be crazy if he didn't, in my opinion.
He really should.
Yeah, they found a guy in, like, Andrew... Yo, shout out to Andrew Nembhard, bro. Andrew Nembhard, he's the definition of, there's so much talent in this league that, if they just get an opportunity, I know they can cook. And I understand Tyrese Halliburton wasn't there the last 2 games of that series, but Andrew Nembhard was a pretty fucking good Tyrese Halliburton replacement for 2 games, bro. So shout out Andrew Nembhard. They got some role players out there as well that's developing the identity of the Pacers, Obi Toppin, Aaron Naismith. So I really do think they have something to build on. I understand the theme of these playoffs have been, but they didn't play a healthy team. But I'm gonna keep it a whole stack. If Tyrese Halliburton was also at 100%, they still have a chance at beating Milwaukee. I think they still have a chance of beating a healthy New York Knicks team, and they might even get a couple games off of the Boston Celtics. So going into next season, there are a couple of teams in the Eastern Conference that are probably going to be better than what they were this season, but I wouldn't be surprised if Indiana is at near the top of that list again, below the Celtics.
Andrew was so good. We were debating each other on whether that should count as Mickey or not, in the sense of, if 5 years, will we be like, bruh, Andrew Nembhard, or we'll be like, hold on now, Andrew is hooping. So yeah, no, shout out the Pacers. Halle Band, I'm joking with y'all, man. It's no beef. I just wanted somebody to beat the Boston Celtics. That's all.
Yeah, everyone has. The Minnesota Timberwolves.
I think the T-Wolves, you could go A. I would probably go S, but you could go A. I think every move they made was a high risk, high reward. And until they got hit with the Luka, I think that shit was cooking. It's just the Mavs I think schematically were better than them. I think their weaknesses caught up to them. So I could see A. I really can, but I think given on what this team was supposed to do and what they ended up doing, I could see S as well.
I'm gonna go S. I didn't think the Minnesota Timberwolves were gonna be a 56-win team in the Western Conference. I also didn't see them sweeping the Suns. I didn't see them beating the defending champion, unbeatable looking ass Denver Nuggets. I also didn't see them losing to the Mavs like that. But yeah, they were America's team for like a calm 2 weeks, bro. So,
but yeah, I'm glad you brought up the regular season, because I completely forgot to bring up the fact they were the fucking 1 seed, weren't it? Or the 2 seed. Oh, my bad. 3 seed. Shit, I don't know ball. West is too good. But yeah, they won 56 games out of fucking nowhere. I know we all thought they could make the postseason, but not as the 3 seed at 56. This team obviously beat the champions. Yeah, I would say it's more of an argument for S than A.
Next up, we got the New York Knicks. To me, this is an easy S. Easy.
Yeah. If you think we're being too nice with S tier, we might clean it up later. But I tell you one team that's not moving, the New York Knicks. This may be the easiest S of the video. Yes, Tom Thibodeau's injuries could be seen as a weakness. Every team on this list, even the Boston Celtics, are not perfect. But damn it, what more do you want outside of literal health? This was a fantastic season for the Knicks.
Yeah, I think, again, this is one of those franchises that just needed a couple good years. Just give joy to their fucking fans. Give them some faith. And, at times, they really did look like a championship fucking contender. They were 1 game away from making it to the Eastern Conference Finals. And I will say this, shout out to Indiana, because y'all definitely would have been the better matchup after all the injuries. But my boys, Garden versus Garden? The flicks would have been crazy too, bro. God, Jason Tatum center court of MSG. God.
I'm gonna be blunt. Souls and Sagers, you really should have beef with Halle Band and the Indiana Pacers for one reason only. Me and Souls was going to go to a game. I swear.
Yeah.
We was going to go to a game if the Knicks won, and it did not happen, man.
Yeah, womp womp. The Cleveland Cavaliers.
Hi. Donovan Mitchell? Hey, the Cleveland Cavaliers? I'm like, D tier, I ain't gonna lie. I was disappointed with Evan Mobley, disappointed with Darius Garland. Evan Mobley was only good in Boston, by the way. I'm disappointed with the remaining depth of the team. And Donovan Mitchell don't even like being there. JB Bickerstaff isn't coming back. It was a dumpster fire. We knew that going into the postseason. It was only proven in the postseason. Yeah, I got them at D tier. I don't think it's F, though, because they're clearly better than some of the teams even above them. But nah.
Yeah, let me move the Hawks down too. This just looks ugly. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Fuck Atlanta.
I didn't say that. The Cavs.
I didn't say that either.
The Cavs, I'm gonna leave them at D as well. I think it's just crazy because I think it was last year we did a Bleacher Report stream talking about the best young cores in the league, and after a season, man, that stock tanked. That stock tanked like crazy, and I don't even think it's the craziest thing in the world. And we just made the wrong decision back then. It's just DG doesn't look like what DG's supposed to be. Evan Mobley, there's still potential there. I ain't gonna lie. I really do want to see Evan Mobley at the 5. I think he's a guy that would succeed and be much more effective on both ends of the court as a 5 instead of a 4. But you know, I think they brought in Donovan Mitchell there to speed things up a little bit, and it backfired, you know? So I'm gonna give them a D. Pause. The Miami Heat. How did you feel about Miami season, man?
It's technically H for Hode, but if we have to spell it out, they were a team that barely made the playoffs via play-in, mind you, and then immediately didn't stand a single chance of going to the finals. I think that is the worst position for an NBA team to be in. So technically, I would rank them an F. However, with the context, I go to like D.
I'm going F. I'm sorry.
I'm not mad at F, gang. It's a pretty bad fucking season for the Heat, regardless, but especially with how shit went down.
It's just, I think they're the only team in the league that really, really suffered for not caring about the regular season. Not caring about the regular season. And what I mean by that is, does Jimmy get injured if they don't play in the playing game? For one. And two, if you cared about the regular season, they may have not faced the Celtics in round 1, and kind of like the Lakers, if they were just on the other side of the bracket, may have made it deeper in the playoffs. But yeah, here we are again, and the Miami Heat, going into the playoffs, are banking on a crazy play. First of all, getting out of the play-in tournament, they're banking on that. And second of all, they're banking on these crazy outlier Hemi Butler, Eric Spoelstra, Himothy coaching games and series. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm just putting myself in the mind frame of a Heat fan. At this point, I am done with that shit, bro. I am done with going into the playoffs and literally just praying for black magic to make it to the finals. And then once you get into the finals, no one's even taking y'all seriously to the point where y'all are flexing getting 2 games off of the bubble Lakers. Like, that is y'all championship. Nah, bro, the Miami Heat, this was a horrible season for y'all. And I think reality is sinking in that, Jimmy Butler is 34, 35. Bam Adebayo still hasn't improved enough offensively to be the focal point of the future Miami Heat. Defensively, he's there, but if Bam is the number 1 option offensively, and if not him, it's Tyler Hero, Terry Rozier, y'all better get that next star soon. Donovan Mitchell, make that call to Donovan Mitchell. Make that call to KD even. Make that call to Joel Embiid. Because this Jimmy Butler era, this shit is probably done, bro. I'm sorry.
Apparently, it's not, though. Apparently, Jimmy doesn't have any desires to go anywhere else. If the Heat want to run it back, honestly, I could even see that. My concern with this team is if they're going to run it back with the exact same attitude. Are y'all going to look at what happened to you this season and not give a fuck about the regular season? I know I'm in 4K saying, oh yeah, I don't give a fuck about the regular season. That's because I'm talking about in hindsight of a postseason player and debating another postseason player's performance. I would never say the regular season doesn't matter if I want my team to win a championship. What the fuck? Hey, look. Y'all laugh it up. What was I saying in 2020?
A ring is a ring, no matter who you see.
Like, hey, y'all are trolling with it, bro. If you guys are these world beaters, this championship caliber roster with this Hall of Fame head coach and a Hall of Fame player, play like it. What the fuck we trolling the regular season for? Play like it, get it done. I'm for the F tier because technically they deserve it. The only reason, like I said earlier, I could see D tier is because they did get injured. So maybe we're talking out a bit of hindsight, but this is like the game you played. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh, I'm gonna get my hate off. F.
Fuck it.
The Washington Wizards.
You know that picture of the sea bear pointing at the little circle with Squidward in the middle? That's Washington and the Pistons. I swear, you're like, ooh, you lucky. Ooh, you are so fucking lucky that the Pistons are in this league. Because if we're talking about, oh, who would you rather be going in the future? Yeah, you go Pistons. They got a bunch of younger players, more promising players. Woo, woo. But in terms of this specific season, ooh, you lucky the Pistons was just on some bullshit. F for the Wizards, but you niggas, you ain't good.
With the season that the Pistons had, this should not be a 1 game difference, bro.
Come on, man.
This should not be. Oh my God, we were ahead of the Pistons by 1 game, bro.
Come on, bro. Then they lost to the Pistons. Then they lose to them. And Kyle Kuzma was talking shit on Twitter about. Oh my Lord.
The only reason I'm not giving the Washington Wizards the Pistons tier is because they did have a better draft lottery than them, and they still had a better record at the end of the day. And also, they weren't trying to win. So I'm gonna give them F. The Pistons are still a whole tier level of ass, man.
Again, you were playing with it. And I'm from DC. I'm for saying the Wizards are ass. Oh my Lord.
Next up, we got the Toronto Raptors. I believe they didn't make the playoffs this year. Yeah, they didn't make the playoffs this year, but they did make a pretty big move, letting go of OG Anunoby, getting RJ Barrett and Emmanuel Quickly back in return. Scotty Barnes had a pretty big year this year as well, but they're still a couple pieces away. I still don't think they've had that breakout star. Toronto fans might kill me for that, and they still missed the playoffs. How do you feel about the Raptors?
Toronto Raptors, for me, they didn't even make the play-in. They weren't necessarily the most impressive roster. I'm not a fan of their young core as much as Toronto fans are, but, you know, Toronto fans are like one of the top 5 toxic fans. I'd go D tier, maybe C tier, because at least they're in a position to do something good in the future. They didn't, like, fuck up. I think D tier and F tier are full of teams that fucked up in some way somehow. The Toronto Raptors just weren't good, and they kind of stayed not good.
Yeah, I still think they got some building blocks for the future. I think Emmanuel Quickly has the potential to, like what we were talking about earlier, like the Andrew Nembhard, oh, they're on a team with opportunity now. I still see that in Emmanuel Quickly. RJ Barrett coming back home with the Utes might be a net positive. He might be their Marcus Smart, man. I don't know. And then Scotty Barnes, really, really good building block for them in the future. He might be there, Jason Tatum, you know? So I'm going to give them a C. Man.
Hey, C for Crody. I should put you in D for Drake or F for Fan.
You're sick, bro. The Golden State Warriors made the play-in, lost to the Kings, though, ended the season with 46 wins. This is the Western Conference that we're talking about. So in actuality, they didn't even have a bad regular season. I'm gonna keep it a stack. 46 wins in the West is still pretty good, but nevertheless, they didn't make it to the first round of the playoffs. There were a lot of questions with this team in terms of their future. You know, are they too old? Is the dynasty over? Is it cooked? How do you feel?
Me personally, I know you're going to have them much higher than me, or maybe not much, but higher than me. I'm going F just because you have Curry, and this is what happened to y'all, man. Like, yeah, Steph Curry, your team was miserable. You got 46 games off of literally the strength of Steph Curry being good, and then you didn't even beat the Kings when you got the chance because, again, only Steph Curry's good. Man, I could see in hindsight, actuality, and Souls will probably go to like C tier because it was pretty mid. But for me, y'all niggas trolling. I just want that point across. No matter where you rank them, y'all are some trolls out there, man. What y'all did was wrong.
I'm gonna put the Golden State Warriors at D. I don't think their season was successful enough to be at a C. I do think it's not as bad as some people might make it seem, but I think what we're seeing with the Warriors is just the aftermath of a team that won a championship and gave motherfuckers loyalty contracts and just stuck with, hey, if it worked, hey, let's reward, you know, the team that worked, and they just didn't make any moves to continue what they had. This is the downfall of, you know, I think we criticize the Lakers for not running it back, but this is the downfall also of not making adjustments. So that's kind of the catch-22 when it comes to winning a championship is, do you stay stagnant or do you not, for the sake of, yo, it fucking worked? Like, what the fuck are we doing? So I'm gonna give them a D tier, man. I'm gonna give them a D tier. The Utah Jazz.
mean, they were a bad team coming into the season. They have a ton of draft capital. I do think Lauri Markkanen should be next rather than just seeing what happens, because I think his value is not going to get much higher. And I don't think Lauri Markkanen is a long-term play. I know that's controversial, but it's not that he sucks. I think he'll be good on a great team. In general, though, C tier for the Jazz. I don't think it's anything majorly disappointing because they were the Jazz. And, I didn't expect much.
Yeah, I didn't expect anything. Didn't really watch much games from the Jazz. And until they get a real star in there, respect the Lauri. Don't care tier. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I just don't give a fuck. Like, if Jazz fans are about to be uppity about me saying, hey, move Lauri and get some more assets, you want to keep him? I mean,
Okay.
I don't care, and I don't watch college, so I don't know if one of these players will fit directly with Lauri Markkanen's game. Like, bro, I just can't. I just do not care. I'm sorry.
Next up, we got the Houston Rockets. I think the Houston Rockets were pretty good in the early half of the season, and then they slipped off, and then they went on that crazy winning streak that almost proved Sage right.
Ah, fuck!
It's been a bad season for you, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie. I'm thinking about everything, man. It's been a bad season for you,
I
man.
don't like basketball. I only talk about basketball because of Souls and Sage and Keep It a Buck. I don't like basketball. Follow TSO_Sage. I'm talking about anime, bro. And in the members content, we do some cartoons and music shit. I don't like doing this shit no more, bro. Fucking hate basketball. Bitch ass basketball. Speaking of two words that start with B, Rockets, B tier, bro. I ain't gonna lie. It's still impressive for them to have done what they were capable of doing in the latter half of the season. I thought this was one of the worst teams in the West, and they kind of just shut me down there. But I don't think that it's A tier by any means. They didn't make the play-in. Come on, bro.
Yeah, I think they figured out some things this season, man. They figured out Sengun is the future. They figured out that Fred VanVleet and Dylan Brooks were actually good signings. Well, I don't know if they figured that out, but we figured that out because they just provided some veteran presence on this team that I feel like is lacking with a lot of these young teams. To be honest with you, and that money had to go somewhere anyways. Let's get some vets on the squad and let's start winning games. They hired Ime Udoka, which I think is a great signing for them, and even a guy like Jalen Green. You know, I think a lot of people were criticizing Jalen Green. Is he a bust after year two? I think year three.
Who is he a bust? Oh my God.
But yeah, Jalen Green, just to remember, or just to remind y'all of the stretch that he was having. Jalen Green, first of all, played all 82 games, which to me, I'm giving that credit now more than ever, bro, because these injuries are getting crazy. And then, what is this, a 14 game stretch where he averaged 29 points, 4 assists, 6 rebounds on 50, 42, 76 splits, and they only lost 1 game in this time span. Like, Jalen Green in that stretch, that's a dominant enough stretch to say, hey, man, let's give it another shot. Like, it's a crazy stretch.
Yeah, even if you want to upgrade that to 35 games, these numbers obviously aren't as fantastic, but 21 points, 4 assists, 5.5 rebounds on 43, 34. I don't think you quit on a third-year player that's doing that at all. I think Jalen Green and the Houston Rockets will be fine.
Next up, we got the Sacramento Kings.
I think they're the definition of disappointing, are they not? I mean, world record offense, whatever that people were saying, light the damn beam, wasn't really lit that much this season, didn't even make the Alls. I'm gonna go D tier. I could see C tier though. I think they're in a better position than a lot of the teams in D tier, but I'm actually somewhat disappointed in the Kings this season. They kind of just found fire last year and then just said cool and stayed put.
Yeah, I'm gonna go D tier, man. I think this is another case of being stagnant, not making any moves to really improve, and relying a little bit too much on internal improvements, which I am seeing in the league now is more of a problem than like just sticking to what works, because there's too much talent in this league. All of these teams are improving by the day. So if you're literally doing nothing, that is arguably the worst thing you can do. And I do have a question for you though. I think every single year there's like that team of the year that everyone's hyped about. I think last season was Sacramento. This season it was probably the Knicks. Who do you think is gonna be that team next season? I know this is that might be for a whole different video, but who do you think is gonna be that team next season?
So yeah, this is a way too early prediction because obviously the offseason hasn't happened yet. But if I had to bet my money, 1 Timberwolves, 2 Magic, 3 Grizzlies. Yeah.
Grizzlies.
Yeah, with the Ja coming back shit, and I'm gonna be a part of it. So maybe that's a weird team. And right now they have no hype, no aura or anything. But I can see the Grizzlies making a move this offseason as long as people reminding themselves, oh wait, Ja Morant is gonna come back, and then niggas hopping on the train yet again. I know for a fact people are gonna want to boost the Magic in Minnesota. That's not even a thing. And then maybe Because we're looking for a new team, right?
Yeah, just a new team that, oh my God, this team is so fun. They're going to be here for a couple of years. But in actuality, they might actually not be there for a couple of years. But
Thunder don't count because that already kind of happened.
I'm going to go with the Rockets. I'm going to go with the Rockets, man. I ain't going to lie. I think Houston's going to be jumping next season. And they actually have pieces to be effective, even in that tough Western Conference next season. Nevertheless, we got the Oklahoma City Thunder. It got to be S, right?
Yeah, easy S. If we were to delete teams from S tier, the Knicks ain't moving, and mild spoiler again, the Thunder ain't moving either. We thought the Thunder would be good. Hell, some of us thought they would be great. Nobody predicted 1 seed, damn near finals contending team. That's crazy. We did predict that why they would lose, being inexperienced and or interior presence. That was their downfall. It happens. But this was a fantastic season built through the draft for OKC, and it's still going to keep happening.
I think for me, I expected a leap this season, but the leap that they made superseded my expectations. The Milwaukee Bucks, man, I think one of the most disappointing teams in the league. I was really, I don't want to say hype, but I was scared, if anything, with that Dame and Giannis duo. But boy, ended the season with both of them being injured. First round exits to the Indiana Pacers. Fired their coach midway through the season. Hired Doc Rivers. Now they got Big Hammy, Darvin Ham on the squad. How do you feel about the Bucks, man?
I forgot AC Ham is over there now. Wow. You know what? Good for you, Ham. F for the Bucks. Good for you, Ham. F for the Bucks. Obviously, this shouldn't be surprising if I thought the Warriors were F, but I think the Bucks is honestly more damning. Yes, they are a much higher seed than the Warriors. However, I thought their regular season was disappointing. I ain't gonna lie. They're not clear top 2, and then they had all that dysfunction. Dame was disappointing. Giannis was disappointing. Well, no, Giannis wasn't disappointing. My bad. Dame was disappointing. Chris Middleton was disappointing. Brooke Lopez, Bobby Portis, everybody looked like they weren't the same, but statistically, some of them still got it. But then in the postseason, injuries galore and niggas is looking washed. Yeah, I'm cool off it, man. This was considering what they were supposed to do. Remember how you felt when Dame and Giannis's ass was photoshopped in the same jersey? That's how you felt. And then looking how we feel about the Bucks right now, I got F.
I remember motherfuckers talking about advantage creation and how they would match up with the Celtics. Boy, in the gutter.
Yeah, now I'm thinking they would get cooked because Dame would struggle.
Dame would be getting targeted the same way Kyrie is. And who the fuck is their shooting guard? Malik Beasley?
Yeah, I think they would get cooked about as bad as Dallas, except with a much better roster, because I think with Luka, and I mean, he'd go. I have no problem saying he's better than Giannis, but even if you think Giannis is better than Luka, at least Luka is able to, force people out of the paint, draw double teams, and then still shoot over them, woo, bang, bang. Giannis, Dame, you're in hell, but you're just in hell, bro. Like, nah, it would have been bad, low key.
Yeah, nah. Milwaukee, better luck next year, man. If the Celtics win by the time this is out, I want some comp next year, man. God, I need that. I need that, man. Where y'all at, man? Fuck.
Now you want to comp?
I see dead people.
You see the goalpost moving? Why are y'all trying to make that y'all song? Y'all in Boston.
They not like us. They not like us.
You're in Boston. Bump party in the USA. Bump party in the USA, bro.
Hey, Portland Trailblazers. Where the Jazz at, man?
Yeah, D tier. I don't even want to talk about them. Scoot weren't that good. Your team ain't that good, and your team was injured. You had 5 guards. What's up with that?
Clippers. F, right?
Yeah. I don't mind putting Clippers in F. The only reason I would say maybe D tier is because the West is better, and therefore the comp was better. So it's understandable, but
nah.
It's like, what the hell? Y'all gotta stop. But granted, I'll be fair. Y'all are actually starting to calm down on the Clippers. But based on this season, y'all were still there at the beginning, let alone when they actually went on that crazy run of winning games. So still F tier for the Clippers. But I'll concede, y'all are dying off on the Clippers hype as well. So maybe next year the expectations will finally be lower.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna go F. I personally had high expectations for them, and they let me down, man. They let me down. So F for them. The Hornets, F. Made no progress. I don't know about no progress, but
yeah,
another team.
It's a lot of Brandon Miller's good So, like, do I want to go D tier? Is that I feel the same way about this franchise, though, despite them having Brandon Miller. So, god damn. Free LaMelo at this point. That is a horribly ran team.
It's just Brandon Miller was definitely a good thing for them. I think they also got Trey Mann, so they got some pieces. It's just they need that breakout star, and they need that breakout star to be healthy. They haven't been able to get past step one, man. Like, it's tough out there.
And there's room for an uncomfortable conversation if LaMelo's just good enough anyway, but that's his own thing.
The Lakers.
I'm going to make 2 grades because it's simple, really. If you're not a Lakers fan, F tier. Because if you're not a Lakers fan, you believed either A, what Lakers fans were telling you, or B, what certain analysts on ESPN, FS1, or whatever will tell you just for the headlines. And because they're in your face, you think, oh, okay, this team is whoop, whoop, bang, bang, and then they disappointed you. If you're a Lakers fan, easy C tier. Because everyone knew if we played Denver, oh, shit. And then on top of that, we knew Ham was a terrorist. We knew LeBron was getting older. What we didn't expect was AD to be this damn good, and nobody's talking about it because it's fun to laugh at AD like I was fun to laugh at Tatum. But hey, AD was damn good this year. So if anything, that's the positive that's taking me from D tier. However, am I going to say that it's a B tier season for the Lakers? Fuck no. We was first round exit.
Do I be petty here? Now let me chill.
You do what you got to do, man. Because, hey, like I said, if you're not a Lakers fan, you had higher expectations for the Lakers. Or not higher expectations. You just heard higher expectations because it's Laker and LeBron fans on the same franchise, bro. We're going to be loud.
Pistons tier. Now let me chill. I'm gonna be honest. I, biased aside, I had pretty high expectation for the Lakers this season, man. I think they had something in the playoffs last season that I thought they could have built on. I thought Darvin Ham was gonna have the season that Joe Mazzulla had in terms of, hey man, he get his feet wet, man. Yeah. And then I thought y'all were gonna be a higher seed, not gonna be a play-in team and all of that. I think I had y'all being like the first seed, bro. And even throughout the season, like, the talent was there. Y'all weren't playing ass. Even against the Nuggets, y'all had a bunch of 20-point leads. Y'all just kept blowing them. And I can't lie, understand, you trying to talk about Darvin Ham, but at the end of the day, the players still got to execute. People still got to make their shots. Braun got to be Braun. AD was AD. But D'Angelo Russell, you fucking suck. And that is a part of your personnel. That is a part of your team. That is a part of the decisions that your front office made. So I'm going to give them the Pistons tier.
What the hell? My robot got pushed. I'm gonna go D tier. Actually, I forgot a couple.
D
of
for
things.
Detroit.
Yo, like I said, y'all better pray Souls and Sage is like 40 with families and we're no longer on YouTube. If the Lakers win a championship, I'm worse. Locked. I forgot about D'Angelo Russell. He alone makes a D tier. My bad. I forgot about D'Angelo Russell. You got me. That motherfucker. Ay caramba.
Yeah, man. 3 low.
I can't do it no more. I had expectations for D-Lo. That, for me, as a Lakers fan, I had high expectations for D-Lo in the sense of, bro, it was just, he just not good against Denver. Chill the fuck out. Not only did we get Denver again immediately, so, hey, L-Logic, but then in the regular season, he'll go from 27 to 6 like that. And then it was all emotional the whole time. And then what he did against Denver when we was losing with the snacks and shit, yo, man, oh my God. I hate him as much as everybody else, but you're not supposed to say that.
Next up, we got the San Antonio Spurs. And for me,
hot take A tier.
Yeah, low-key, I want to put them S. But it's just, man, you go into the season, you just want to see how good Wemby really is. And Wemby is really fucking good at the end of the day. Like,
I take A tier, bro. They lost games and got Wemby. I don't... What am I supposed to say to that? I could see not why it's not S. I wouldn't be mad if Souls did it. I'm a lock in A for me.
Next up, we got the Grizzlies, and...
Yeah, that's textbook F. Unfair. Hold for sure. However, all I'm going to say about the Grizzlies, because not much to talk about, they were hurt, is A. That Ja Revenge tour, I am the guy. Y'all, Luka's my glorious king, always will be. But next season, I'm going to really harp home that Ja Morant's really fucking good, and you niggas just got amnesia. The Ja takes that I heard all year long, every other week, another point guard's better than Ja Morant. Okay. All right, pal. Can't fucking wait.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate. I think the names that we were bringing up though, the new names into the sphere were Jalen Brunson and Tyrese Halliburton. I think those
They
are
were
the
bringing
main-
Maxey too.
They're reporting Maxey too, and I think Maxey still might go off, but I'm gonna give Ja the benefit of I just think Ja's better. But in hindsight, is bringing up Tyrese Halliburton and Jalen Brunson even like, oh my god, y'all were so fucking dumb, like y'all were in the moment type of takes?
Reese, kinda. JB, hell nah. JB, y'all was on to something. I give y'all JB because I can see Ja Morant doing something like JB did. Hell, I saw Ja Morant do something like Jalen Brunson did. However, Tyrese Halliburton, look, Reese is a great point guard, good kid, W husband. It's like, let me
Great at
not pull a
2K.
Stephen A.
Head ass.
Yeah, let me not pull a Stephen A. Hey, he is good at 2K. Let me not do a Stephen A. I just think that Ja Morant's noticeably better, in my personal opinion. I know that's gonna get me cooked in the comments. Again, I'm just waiting. I'm literally gonna tell you to wait. I think Ja is noticeably better though.
I think the guy that really got hold in these conversations is Trae Young. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah, that's fair. Trey is getting a lot of shit, but my take is based off amnesia, not based off of Twitter takes. If it was based off Twitter takes, then yeah, Trey Young.
The Chicago Bulls, another F. I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, I don't care about that. I don't care about that playing game, gangy. I'm sorry. I know. Kobe White, MIP. Yeah. Everybody on your team outside of Kobe White and Ayo, I don't know. Yeah, trade them. That alone defines your season.
Yeah, nah, yeah. Another team suffering from being too stagnant. Another team, especially, like, it is actually extreme how stagnant the Chicago Bulls are. And I made the mistake of trusting them after they beat the Hawks. I thought they were going to beat the Heat. Then we faced the Heat. But yeah, Chicago Bulls, never putting any trust in y'all again. Not making that mistake. Even for one fucking playing game, bro. The Philadelphia 76ers, man. Disappointing, at the very least.
This is a hard team to rank because it's disappointing, but Maxey's really fucking good. But it's disappointing. Jalen Brunson obviously packed up the 76ers, so for the most part, I could see how like crazy disappointing it was. Obviously, Embiid was hurt. Injuries are not shocking for this team, though. But Maxey's really fucking good. I could hear D tier. I'll go C because of Tyrese Maxey alone. But I could hear D tier because it was like 7 seed. Really, gang?
I'm actually gonna go C. I'm gonna go C. I think the Embiid injury is a part of the disappointment, unfortunately, and that was a really big part of their season. Joel Embiid was supposed to win this MVP if he kept it going, in my opinion. And I'm gonna keep it a stack. And maybe this is me having false hope in a team once again, similar to the Clippers. I really thought if Joel Embiid was healthy this season, this probably was Philly's best shot of winning a championship in the Joel Embiid era. Which again, I understand the Joel Embiid if healthy card is like what the fuck at this point, but I really thought that they had a chance. Like the path wasn't OD difficult. Like I said earlier, I think if the Celtics, their biggest weakness is a dominant paint presence, and you got Joel fucking Embiid, who could also stretch the floor with an elite guard that isn't James choking Harden. It's just unfortunate, but I still think they had a solid season. They just lost in the first round to 7 games against the New York Knicks, and they still had some positives to take away from the season. So I'm gonna give them a C.
Yeah, they unironically match up with Boston kind of well. I know we talked about Giannis in a previous video. We talked about the Lakers. The Lakers match up well because they have 2 slashers, not just one. The Bucks, kind of a nightmare because even though Giannis can slash, Dame's the other guy, and they can just put Dame in jail. 76ers, yeah, you can try to put Maxey in jail, but Joel Embiid can do more for you at different spots of the floor than Giannis can, to the point where you can't exactly bully him like how they can bully a Kyrie Irving in Dallas. So 76ers low-key, I think you're taking hindsight is still correct. This was probably the best opportunity the 76ers have had in a long time.
Next up, we have the Phoenix Suns.
F.
Yeah.
Not doing it. Hey, I'm doing this out of pettiness. Hey, because realistically, for me, for B Souls, probably like C, D tier. Yeah, but you motherfuckers told B Souls, then told me to tell B Souls that this is a super team with KD and Bradley Beal and Devin Booker, and all you need is to drop 140 every night and you win the basketball game. Yeah, they lost. In fact, pardon the fuck out of me, they didn't lose. They got swept by Ant, bro. And I know Ant became him, but like the fuck? I thought KD was better than what the hell's going on, gangy? I thought D-Book was the shooting guard, the best shooting guard in the league, and Kevin Durant was the best scorer in that series. Let alone do you also have Bradley Beal, and they lost to Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, that Phoenix Suns team is ass. That front office arguably is the worst in the league, in my opinion. Just the post-game interviews of them not really holding themselves accountable for the weaknesses of that team. And then scapegoating Frank Vogel, too. Like, what the fuck did you want Frank Vogel to do? A defensive-minded coach with Bradley Beal, D-Book, KD, Royce O'Neal, and Yusuf Nurkic. Did you want a defensive-minded coach to build you a Rick Carlisle offense? What the fuck? And you hired a defensive-minded coach with no defensive pieces. Like, what the fuck are we doing in Phoenix? Y'all lied to me about Bobo. Y'all lied to me about Chemezi Metu. Y'all lied to me about Yuta Watanabe. Y'all lied to me about all these random ancillary-ass role players that y'all told me was going to make a difference and were really good signings for the league minimum. But in actuality, at the end of the day, this is a team that simultaneously raised their expectations without getting any better. I genuinely think that team last year was just better. So, yeah, no, the Phoenix Suns, y'all made a mistake. I don't know the next time y'all gonna have draft picks, but yeah, you laid in your bed, stay there.
Fuck a conference finals. You need a long life conference with yourself. Meet the Suns. All
right.
You're making Sun steer?
No.
Oh my.
No.
Oh, what you about to call it? Mickey tier?
Mickey's here?
Nah, that shit started with your championship gang. I'm sorry.
MICKEYMOUSE.
Hey man.
Fucking bad.
Call it a Mickey Mouse run all you want. Call it a Mickey Mouse championship all you want. As long as you recognize it's a fucking championship.
It's the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse.
Come inside. It's fucking fun inside, bro. Go to Causeway Street. I'm gonna buy you a drink. You know what I'm saying? If you want free chains, I got free fucking chains right here. You see what I'm saying? I am repping for all of Boston, all of Celtics fans. We talked about it in the space earlier today. There's not that many of us in NBA YouTube space, man. But we're running our victory laps! Going into this season, the marker for success was a championship. And at the end of the day, we fucking achieved that shit. Yes, I don't care, man. You be who is in front of you. Y'all, specifically Sage told me, whoever comes out the West is going to beat our ass. Luka in 4. We would have been a second round exit in the West. There were 5 teams that would have cooked us in the finals. Fuck out of here, man. Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum work. Brad Stevens is him. Drew Holiday is not the playoff dropper the Milwaukee fans told me he was. Coach Mazzulla is our head coach, and I'm proud that he's our head coach. And ladies and gentlemen, we are your 2024 NBA champions. Yes! With that being said, man, we out of here.
Luka better. Luka's still better, bitch. He's still the GOAT. Luka better. Tatum's a 2. You guys realized all you need is a bunch of 2 options. Shout out to Phoenix. But you see that 3 first option shit? Don't matter. Just get 5 seconds. Man, fuck Boston, man. Take care. Stay blessed.